Hello, my beautiful sisters, letting in some morning light here. Look, I want to tell you a story. I had a conversation recently with someone who felt like there was nothing that they could do about their current situation. So basically, this person had given up. While this person had dreams, this person could not see a pathway forward. They felt like the system had already completely let them down. Now, here's the thing, as an attorney, I see this a lot. I work with a lot of people facing challenging situations. And most of the time, we can chart a pathway forward. We can talk about different options that they can take. We can discuss the resources that are needed and put together a timeline. We can even talk about the energy and commitment that they will have to give it. But this person had already given up. So, as an attorney, I know as much as I may want more for them, they have to want it for themselves even more. And what made this moment hit even harder was that I could see a sort of spark in them, the way they talked about the life that they once envisioned, the ideas that still lived somewhere deep inside them. But somewhere along the way, I don't know what it was, but life chipped away at their hope. Maybe it was disappointment after disappointment. You know how hard that is. Maybe it was people telling them no one too many times. Maybe it was financial struggles, broken promises, or closed doors all the time. Whatever it was, they got to this place in their head where they stopped believing that change was possible. And really and truly, my heart ached for this person because I knew that even though I could lay out a plan to help, offer advice, even share the roadmap, none of it would matter if they didn't believe enough to take these first steps for themselves. And it's tough. It's tough to watch that. And sis, maybe you've been there too. Maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe you're there right now in this moment. Maybe you're watching this video because of that. You had a dream once, big, beautiful, bold. And at one point you were really excited about it. And then life started happening, stuff started happening. You hit roadblock after roadblock. People didn't show up for you the way that you thought they would. The doors that you knocked on didn't open. You tried, you really did. The phone calls didn't get answered. The emails weren't returned. Some weren't even open. And so you were left there alone with your dream. And somewhere in that process, you started thinking, hey, look, maybe this is not for me. Maybe I don't even have what it takes. Or maybe the system is rigged or it's too late. It's just too late. I waited too long. And then little by little, you stopped fighting. You stopped trying. You started settling. You told yourself that survival was good enough, that maybe God just meant for you to get by and not thrive, that this was all your life was going to be. But sis, hear me, none of that is the truth, because even if life has knocked you down, even if you feel like you're starting from zero again, there is still a pathway forward. So let's talk about some practical skills here, how to reignite your hope inside you. Let's talk about how to shift things when you feel like, you know what, I just want to give up. First, acknowledge the wait, but don't stay there. I talk about this all the time. It is okay to say, look, this is hard, this hurts, I feel defeated. Acknowledging your emotions is not weakness, but don't let that acknowledgement become your permanent residence. Don't unpack your bags and live in there. Feel it for the moment and then move on. Number two, revisit the original vision that you had. Go back to the dream, write it down again, speak it out loud. Sometimes we've lost touch with the vision because life's noise has drowned it out. So let yourself see it again. Number three, break it down Often we give up because the mountain just looks too big. It looks like it's too much. So break it up into tiny, manageable pieces, things that you can do one small step at a time. And then say, what can I do today? Not next year, not next month. Just what little thing can I do today? And number 4, surround yourself with voices that speak life. When you have given up on yourself, you need people around you who will remind you of who you are. Find your tribe, be in that room, seek mentors, support groups, friends who hold you accountable and uplift you. And number 5, let your why carry you through. Why did you want this dream in the first place? Who are you doing it for? Your children? Are you doing it for your peace, your healing? Reconnect with that why, because really and truly, that fire will pull you through even the hardest days. And then finally, number 6, seek professional guidance. Look, we cannot do this alone. Sometimes you do need help, a coach, a counselor, a lawyer, a financial advisor. Don't be afraid to invest in guidance that can help you chart your plan forward. You don't have to have it all figured out or figure it out by yourself. Look, sis, I know what it's like when the world tells you no so many times that you even stop asking. I know what it's like when you have poured into everything and still things aren't working. And I know what it's like to feel tired, not just physically, but like spiritually tired. But I need you to hear this truth today. As long as you are breathing, there is hope. Yes, look, life can be unfair. Yes, I know some systems are broken. Yes, I know doors are hard to open, but none of that defines your worth, first of all, and your possibilities. You're not disqualified. You're not forgotten. You're not powerless. You're not stuck. And you're not late. You're not late. You still have something inside you that the world needs, and while I may want it for you, you have to want it for yourself even more. So here's your uplifting call to action for this video. Today, my beautiful sisters, look, I'm asking you to pick your hope back up. Dust it off. Speak life over it again. Take one step, no matter how small, toward the dream that's been sitting there dormant. Because look, you have not run out of time. You're not too late. You haven't missed your moment. You're still here. You haven't lost power. You're still in the process of becoming. And God still has more for you. So don't give up on yourself. All right? Mwah. Peace.